First bad review, people, and it sucks. It does suck. It's a hard pill to swallow, all right? But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. All right, so I got my first bad review from one of our past clients, and it's a tough pill to swallow. It's part of the game, and I understand that. But the reason why it's such a hard pill to swallow is because you put in so much work. You put in hours and hours of dedication. You put in hours of improving your team, improving yourself as a business owner, improving your culture, and yeah, creating a vision and be the right person to lead the team so you can provide the best service for your clients. So every client is going to be happy. But what I have learned is that you can't always please everybody, right? So I'm going to explain the situation briefly so you guys can get like a quick brief on what actually happened. So we came in towards this client and gave a pretty bold guarantee that we were going to increase their sales with 50 to 100% within the first 90 days, right? So that was the plan, that was the goal we set, and that was what we actually achieved, right? And at the same time, we were going to be more profitable than we were before, right? So we increased their sales with 50 to 100%. If you look at the month before, the sales they had before, the month before, we actually managed to increase it with 50 to 100%. And if you also look at the numbers, we did indeed go profitable. But the business owner on the other side, the client, didn't really think so, or didn't really get the message, or didn't really understand the right expectations that we have set, right? So he left a bad review, he put us in a bad name, and it sucks. It sucks, I have to say, because when you put in so much work, so many hours into the business for that client to succeed, but it doesn't always happen, does it? Let's be honest, we fail, we succeed, we all do. We have to be open with this, and it's really, really important to be open with this. But what is one thing I'm going to say, I always look at myself as the business owner, what could I have done better? You know, that's what I always do, that's what I look towards, even though maybe it's not my fault all the time, but I still look, what could I have done better for this situation to not happen, right? So the first thing I would say and go over is that you have to be, as an agency, you have to be really good at setting the right expectations. What is the goal? What is going to happen? What is likely going to happen? What is the worst case scenario? You have to go over these things with your team, with your client, and on the results that you think that they also understand what might happen and what is going to happen and what you think is going to be happening. So that is one thing we had to do a little bit better, right? And it's a lot of things. So what I have learned from this is that it's really important here to be more decisive on who to take in. Us as an agency, and if you also run an agency watching this video, it's really important that you have some type of niche, you probably heard this 1,000 before about niche and all these things, but it's really important that you be a little bit more decisive when you take on other people, right? Take on different clients. It's really important that that client fits with your way of thinking, that fits within your niche, that fits within your goal, that has maybe a culture of winning, that is maybe thinking a little bit long term, a little bit more realistic. You know, these things are really, really important, right? To be a little bit more decisive on who to take in. So that's something what I've learned, right? And if you feel like they don't fit your culture, or maybe they don't have the mindset that fits with your culture, or maybe, they don't maybe have, as an e-commerce brand, if they don't even have social proof as a brand, maybe, and if their margins are not that good, maybe it's going to be really, really difficult to generate those really good results. And that we knew, but it's okay. It's really important that you just look at these steps before you proceed within the next step. Okay, really, really important. So, but one thing I'm gonna say before I leave this video, I've learned a lot while running a business, but it is also important to note, if you do more good than bad, you're always gonna be good, right? That's one thing. But the last thing is that if you have some people that hate you, if you have people that dislike you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something bad, right? If you have haters, if you have people that dislike you, you might actually be doing something right. As long as you do more good than bad, you're always going to be doing something right. So yeah, that was the video for today.